alert bells before you go. As media reports, Trump makes a wild call and cameo on Fox and Friends to trash media as Iran's publicity on. Donald Trump wasted no time trashing.
Millions and millions of barrels of oil out of Venezuela. We brought them to Houston and various other places, Louisiana, refineries that we have. Incredible. They're going 24 hours a day, making a fortune. And, I like that in this case too, but I'm not sure that America has a long time. It's a little longer process. It's something that's a guarantee if I want to do it. Mr. President, I'm not sure the country has the appetite for it. Does that make sense to you?
I understand where you're...
As good as it is. By the way, as good as it is. That's always been my number one thing. But as good as it is, I'm not sure the country has.
There's no interest in a full-blown invasion and an occupation of Iran. These are the very sorts of foreign regime change wars of choice and wars of occupation that you said you would never start. You said you would be a change from the neocon Bush-era Republican strategy, and instead, it's basically Bush 2.0 or 3.0 in this case. You're basically the third iteration of the Bush foreign policy. No, the American people don't want this. They don't support it.
What you do is you came to power because you said America wants to win, and you win. Even in 2020, more votes than anyone in the history of the Republican Party. So when you look at this seems to be like an anaconda. You're saying laying the groundwork and just subtly squeezing them more and more and more until they have no options. One of the hits yesterday, as our audience probably knows, is on a water facility. They were already running out of water. So if you can continue to blockade, and now you're taking down their eyes and ears, you're letting them know you're not playing games. And the rhetoric that's been coming out of them for the last 8 weeks really looks hollow today.
I'm not judging.
I love how Brian Kilmeade is such a MAGA Fox News. Like, he's so MAGA that he's like asking these leading questions and trying to see, bro, you're like an anaconda, bro. And like, you knocked out like a water facility, bro. And like, you're taking out their eyes and ears, bro. Like, they know how sick as fuck you are. You know what I'm saying, bro? And like, what if like they dehydrate? What if like they can't get water? Then they know you're like for real. You know what it's just so embarrassing how Fox is desperately trying to sanitize and launder what Trump is doing here. By the way, very likely a war crime, going after infrastructure in this way to try to punish, a civilian population.
You got to crack the bottle.
Apparently escalating towards.
Behind the scenes, I will tell you, they won't even dispute it, although they probably will, because they're very good. Iran is very good at publicity, but they're not good at fighting. But I took a look, and I must tell you, I can't believe the press of that. And they told me, it's just amazing how well we're doing in the papers. We're not doing so well. They're negotiating with us to make a deal. Well, Mr. It's hard for them because they are proud. They're very proud. They've been the bully of the Middle East for 47 years. They've been ripping off our presidents and other countries for years. They played Obama for a fool. The JCPOA is one of the worst deals I've ever seen, other than NAFTA, the NAFTA trade deal, which was maybe the worst deal ever made. Mr. President. But the JCPOA was a road to a nuclear weapon. Mine is a road to no nuclear weapon.
Weapon now, in both the estimation of U.S. intelligence, global intelligence, the International Atomic Energy Agency, Iran is more adjacent to a nuclear weapon now and has a greater stockpile of enriched uranium now. And the enriched uranium they have is closer to weapons grade now than they were under the Obama JCPOA. So definitionally, objectively, Trump is lying. He's either incredibly stupid or lying. The JCPOA was infinitely more effective at deterring Iran and keeping Iran away from a nuclear weapon than whatever the hell Trump is doing here.
It says you cannot have a nuclear weapon. We will not have. And I didn't like it. It wasn't strong enough because it said develop. You cannot develop. I said, no, I want buy also. So they walked me on that for a day, and then they agreed to it. You cannot develop or purchase a nuclear weapon. So we got everything, but the press just covers it so crazily. No matter what I do.
So Trump just said they gave me everything I wanted. They said that they would never develop a nuclear weapon, and apparently we're going to take them at their word, even though we say we couldn't during the JCPOA, and also that they would never attempt to buy or procure a nuclear weapon without developing it. So they can't develop one on their own, and they can't do engage in other ways, purchases or trades to procure one already developed. They gave me everything I wanted. Well, then why are we bombing them for 2 or 3 days straight? Why is the war escalating? If they gave you everything you wanted, either you don't want a deal and you want a war of invasion and occupation, you want a regime change war, or they didn't give you everything you wanted and they're resisting you. Those are the only two plausible explanations, the only two. And Trump is apparently confused, and he's hoping that the Fox hosts are confused, and he's hoping that the Fox viewership are confused as well, and that they don't notice the obvious contradiction.
Mr. President, so I get the impression that you're frustrated with Iran.
I'm not frustrated. I don't get frustrated.
Well, I'll say it this way, that it's almost an ultimatum now, that there's no more negotiation at this point. You went back and forth with them, you gave them 2 weeks, and now they have to take the deal that you have offered them, that you tried to negotiate in good faith, or everything goes, and the people can be liberated. Is that what's happening right now?
Yeah, that could happen if we want to keep going, and, the deal is a very good deal. The problem with the deal is that it could be the greatest deal in history. They could wave the white flag of surrender. They could say, we surrender, we're finished, we've had it, the United States is the greatest power, praise be to Allah. And they could do all of this, they could say it loud and clear, and the fake news would say it was a great victory for Iran.
How is that the problem? See, again, notice earlier in the previous clip when Trump was still bitching about the quote-unquote fake news and his media coverage, Lawrence Jones and Brian Kilmeade said, don't worry about it. Listen, do what needs to be done. Do what you think is, great for the American people. Get your deal. Don't worry about the media coverage of it. Get the deal. And Trump is saying, well, I don't know, screw the deal. What about how people will cover it? He still has no interest in substantively discussing a deal. And the reason is because they aren't nearly as close to one as Trump wants you to believe. Instead, he wants credit for a mess that he created, that he assured us he would never create.
I'm Carter with Kagart Getters.
One question that we get a lot is, do you have any color options that are going to look great on my house? We have over 30 colors that we keep in stock, and we have the ability to order more colors if we don't have something right for you. Anything neutral, we always keep in stock. We don't have hot pink or purple, but I'm sure I could get it if you need it. Thanks for tuning in with me today. Give us a call today for a free estimate.
Last I checked, we was both fine.
I was saying that G Fiber gives you the stress-free home that we all look for in life.
Once I joined Google Fiber, I never had to worry about any internet service. I lost my heat, my water, but I was still on work calls. I never lost my...
And he wants credit, not for getting us out of it, but that he might get us out of it. Well, what if I do get us out of it? What if I do clean up the mess I made? Are you all going to give me credit for that? Number one, you're not out of the mess. You haven't cleaned up the mess. Number two, no, fuck you. If you knock over a glass of milk because you're clumsy, and you just allow the milk to spread all over the counter, drip off the sides of the counter and onto the floor, and then eventually you haphazardly swipe a paper towel through it, I'm not going to give you a pat on the back and a parade. If you had not torn up the JCPOA, if you had left President Obama's infinitely superior deal in place, we would not be here. Iran would be much less proximate to weapons-grade uranium or a nuclear weapon. 13 American service members that you got killed would be alive today. 168 Iranian schoolgirls would be alive today because you wouldn't have vaporized them with a double-tap Tomahawk missile strike. And thousands of Iranian, Israeli, and Lebanese civilians would probably be alive now. You get no credit. If anything, it would be an indictment of any serious journalist to give you credit for a shitty deal that hasn't even come to fruition yet.
But we know that you've destroyed their air defense systems, their radar, their navy is at the bottom of the ocean. We know that we know that America is winning this fight. But when they destroy or they shoot down one of our Apache helicopters and we strike Iranian targets and then they fire missiles at our bases in Bahrain and Kuwait and Jordan, we have to fight back. So when you say you don't think America has the appetite to do what we're seeing tonight, I think we do. I think we're ready to see this because, like you said...
Well, part of the problem is that they read the fake news. I mean, because Fox is great. All the anchors on Fox have been fantastic, from Sean to Jesse, Laura. I mean, they've all been great. Every single anchor has been great. You guys have been amazing. And Trey Yangster's a superstar. I mean, he just covers it accurately. And I don't know Trey Yanks, but I mean, he covers it so accurately. It's so beautiful to watch. And he's got a level of excitement there. It's amazing. But the accuracy is so good. I just saw him on your show a little while ago. And I think exactly what's happening. I'm not saying I want the advantage of this. I just say just what's happening. And that's the way it should be done.
He does want the advantage. He does want everyone to kiss his ass. Again, it keeps coming back to the media coverage. That's it. That's all he's obsessed with. That's all he can think about. Not the lives lost, not the strategic failure, not the global humiliation, but his own personal PR. It's embarrassing, again, getting asked these softball questions by MAGA Fox hosts. And we know we're winning this war. The American people disagree. Because Donald Trump has failed to procure buy-in from the American people, he's failed to persuade the American people. And it sure seems that we're getting humiliated left, right, and center.
Like an anaconda. You'll talk to them, but you're slowly squeezing them to death.
That's not good, Bill. I sort of like, I mean...
Brian Kilmeade back with the Anaconda thing. I feel like he watched Anaconda the other day. You know, the Jennifer Lopez, John Voight film from the 90s. Like, he's like, you know what? I'm going to, like, segue this. He made a bet with somebody, like, how many references to Anaconda can I make right here? Then he's going to be like, you know, it's like that great Nicki Minaj song, you know, Anaconda, that sort of thing, you know, and then he's going to start rapping Anaconda. He needs to make as many Anaconda references as possible. It's amazing.
I'd like to get a deal now, less than 3 or 4 weeks to go, because, you know, once you do this, I just think it just go a step further. But I don't know if America has the appetite to do what I would really much prefer doing. You remember in Iraq, I said, don't go in, but they went in. They made a big mistake. It should have never let. You know, that war lasted 10 years. And killed tens of thousands of people, millions of people on both sides, millions of people. Nobody ever reported that. We've lost 13 soldiers in 2 wars. In Venezuela, we lost none, took over the country. And in Iran, we lost 13. In Vietnam, we lost hundreds of thousands, 19 years. Nobody says that. They say, you've been there for 3 months. 3 months, you know, they go crazy because I've been there for 3 months. I decimated the country.
Are you thinking next?
No, they blame me, Brian. They said, you said you'd be out of there faster. Well, it's a much bigger situation now because we've done a better job than anybody anticipated you could do it. Such. Look, we were in Vietnam 19 years, and we didn't do the job because we didn't have the right leadership, to be honest. That would have been, if it were me, I would have had that war done in 3 months.
Like, you can hear them desperately trying to save Trump from himself by asking these leading questions and, again, making a more persuasive case. And here he is, effectively poo-pooing and dismissing the fact that he got 13 American service members killed in a war of choice. He didn't inherit this war. This war was not necessary. It's not like it was it's not like we were attacked. It's not like 9/11, where a terrorist group attacked us and we were, you know, politically, civically, militarily obligated to retaliate, although the way we retaliated was a total disaster. That's not what happened. Trump chose to pick a fight with Iran. He chose, unprovoked, to pick a fight with Iran. And he got 13 American service members killed.
If you didn't go to the ER after a car accident, listen up. I got $96,000 for my accident in 57 days, and I only had what they call silent injuries. So basically nothing visible, nothing that showed up on the scene. I got hit, felt shaken up, but okay, no blood, no broken bones. I figured I'd just go home, take some ibuprofen, and sleep it off. 4 days later, I could barely get out of bed. My lower back was locked up. My neck was radiating pain down into my shoulder. I was getting headaches that wouldn't go away. I couldn't sit at my desk for more than 20 minutes without my whole body screaming at me. What seemed like something small at the scene turned into something that I couldn't ignore. But here's where it almost went wrong. I almost did nothing about it. I thought because I didn't go to the emergency room, I'd given up my case. I thought because there were no scans, no records, no doctors signing off on injuries that same day, I had no proof. I spent days telling myself that skipping the ER meant skipping any payout. And I almost let that one decision cost me $96,000. If you were in a car accident anytime in the past year, even as a passenger, and you didn't go to the ER, you could still be owed maximum accident compensation. But most people don't realize that, and it almost cost me everything. That's exactly what insurance companies are counting on. They know silent injuries, whiplash, disc problems, soft tissue damage, concussions could take days or even weeks to fully show themselves. They know skipping the ER feels like a confession that you weren't really hurt. And they're betting you'll talk yourself out of filing because there's no ER bill stapled to your case.
And when President Biden was getting us out of a war, not starting a war, getting us out of a war, that Trump, by the way, promised he would end, the war in Afghanistan. Trump promised during his first presidential campaign run, 2016, that he would end the Afghanistan war and get us out. He didn't. He was president for 4 years, refused to withdraw. Then he made a disastrous deal with the Taliban, a terrorist organization, and left Joe Biden holding the bag. Good luck. Either execute this deal or don't. It's on you now. Peace. And then Biden was the one left holding the bag. Biden got us out of that war. We were in one fewer war because of Joe Biden. Joe Biden is the peacemaking president by definition. He got us out of a war he inherited that Trump didn't have the courage to end. 13 American service members died during the withdrawal from Afghanistan, killed by ISIS-K. Now, again, a lot of people, particularly on the right, blame Joe Biden for that. And if you want to blame Biden for that because he had command responsibility, totally fair. Donald Trump has command responsibility for the 13 American service members who died on his watch, except they didn't just die on his watch. They died because of a war he started. Not a war he inherited, not a war he was trying to end, a war he started, which means he's even more culpable, more responsible. It's more his fault. And I want you to imagine how Fox and MAGA and Trump and the Republican Party would have reacted if Joe Biden spoke as dismissively about the 13 service members who died on his watch as Donald Trump speaks about the 13 service members who died on his because of him. This man is totally indifferent, totally out of touch, and this is one of the many reasons why he is never going to win the war in the minds of the American people. He's lost. And the only question is, do you lose really badly or do you lose even worse? Trump failed. Fox failed. And it's moments like this that reiterate the failure. They tried to save him from himself. They tried to interrupt him with questions, and he stupidly just kept going. There you have it, folks. In the meantime, let me know what you think in the comments.
Good night.
Welcome to Grundy's Guide to Disability, where we simplify the Social Security.
Now, who am I gonna banish from this match? Yeah.
Want them to come, want them to celebrate, but when the time is up, they'll have to go home. Don't overstay your visa.
Trump's policies on immigration and tourism have proved to be very hard for some people from specific countries to get visas to attend the tournament. It has said to put some people off of wanting to.
Yeah, man. I mean, who wants to be walking through one of the stadiums and it's some fucking ice fucker, some ice guy just standing there staring you down? So it's that time yet again. The 2026 World Cup is about to kick off, but there is something that everybody is talking about in regards to this year's World Cup, and it's the fact that the tickets are fucking astronomically expensive, bro. Apparently, the tickets are. I mean, you're talking about paying $1,000 for, you know. A seat, you can't even call it a seat. $1,000 for a seat where you can only stand up. You only got enough room to like do this, right? And it's in a fucking shitty location. Apparently the tickets are egregiously expensive. So let's check out this article or this video here from Bloomberg. Why the World Cup is so expensive. All right, let's see. Yeah, people are saying it's a con game, man. It's a scam.
So, you want to go to the World Cup? Well, it's going to cost you.
I don't think we're going to the World Cup anymore, bro. They're cheapest. $7,000.
Oh! Cheapest $7,000? Okay. Wow. All right, you gotta be rich to go to the World Cup around here.
Purchase price 446. Resale price
World Cup's return to North America will be unprecedented in more ways than one. It's the first FIFA tournament to take place across 3 nations, with 16 host cities in the US, Mexico, and Canada.
All right. This is the first tournament where we're going to have 48 countries represented instead of 32.
Okay.
That means there's going to be 104 matches played.
It's also the first World Cup where tickets are subject to dynamic pricing, and that's changing the game, so to speak.
What dynamic pricing means is that prices change. It could be on an hourly basis, on a daily basis, or weekly basis, depending on supply and demand.
Okay. This is something that we are used to seeing in the U.S., but around the globe, this is the first time they've ever introduced something like this.
The U.S. is the ultimate market, and people using that to their full advantage in this tournament.
You have to apply market rates. This is the World Cup.
We have a lot of resale, a lot of speculative buyers going in there to later try to sell for a markup. And so the big question I think people have is this demand real?
And ticket prices aren't the only obstacle for fans.
If you're coming to see some soccer, want them to come, want them to celebrate, but when the time is up, they'll have to go home. Don't overstay your visa.
Trump's policies on immigration and tourism have proved to be very hard for some people from specific countries to get visas to attend the tournament. It has said to put some people off of wanting to.
Yeah, man. I mean, who wants to be walking through one of the stadiums and it's some fucking ice fucker?
So, Attorney Mike DePasquale, if you've been hurt, Mike has been on a pump field damage.
Mike scored $1.25 million to my head and leg injuries.
We don't stand on the sidelines and let you get taken advantage of. If you've been hurt, call me. I've got this.
Some ice guy just standing there staring you down. It's gross.
visit here.
And if people can't or don't attend the games, then what seemed like a profitable event for host cities could turn into a financial black hole.
The financial fallout could be anywhere from $100 to $200 million. That's the cost for a host city.
The World Cup will have a winner. One team will take away the trophy, but some of its losers may never actually set foot on the playing field. Football, well, technically soccer, since we're in North America this time round, has finally come into its own in the US.
Okay, nah, this is still football, man. It's still football.
It's seen a massive growth over the last 30 years since the World Cup in 1994. And how one of the biggest stars in the world, Lionel Messi, plays for Inter Miami. Their business grew an exponential amount.
I didn't know that. I didn't know Messi was airplane in the U.S.
The value of the enterprise is over $20 million.
But at the same time, they aren't on the par of other sports leagues in the U.S.
Right. Yeah.
So this is really the moment that they have to capture the world audience, to capture the U.S. audience.
The US market, coupled with other advantages, makes it an attractive and lucrative location for FIFA.
That is crazy, though, that football, aka soccer, is such a small sport in America, meaning there's so many other sports that come before soccer in America. Basketball, American football, baseball. You know what I mean? I feel like even hockey got more oriented than soccer here in America. And that's crazy because literally in every other country, practically around the world, soccer, football is the most popular sport. It's the most popular sport in the world. So that is interesting. I wonder why that is.
Over and they visit where people want to have the games. They visit the stadiums, and that's how they decide where it should be and if they have the right facilities and they have the right infrastructure.
The good news about the United States, Mexico, and Canada is we have the facilities already. Although FIFA requires there to be some modifications to them, we didn't have to build the facilities from scratch.
But hosting the World Cup is notoriously complicated.
Host cities want to host the World Cup because of the economic impact that they will get back. New York alone expects about $3.3 billion in economic impact.
Jeez.
Dallas expects about $2.1 billion. LA around $1 billion. Expectations aren't always reality, and these economic impact numbers that FIFA and the cities come up with are typically inflated numbers. They end up fronting the bill, and FIFA really just takes all of the revenue from the games.
Looking at costs and revenues from 14 past World Cups, shown here in blue and orange, a clear pattern emerges. Nearly every host nation lost money. Russia was the only exception.
Wow. Your host city, you sign a contract with FIFA, and that host contract requires cities to take care of all of the cities. Security is one of them. Transportation.
So it's not even going to make us money? Is that what I'm hearing? What?
Another one. Producing fan fests in the city is another major expense.
They grab a park in the city where they'll pull out some big screens, and in theory that's a place where fans can go free of charge, watch games, have a good time. But what we're already hearing is that some cities, under the financial constraints they have, are considering charging for the fan fest.
The U.S. government agreed to hand out $625 million in federal funding to help with security measures across all 11 host cities in the U.S.
Okay.
That's a good chunk of money, but it's not nearly enough
Yeah,
to deal with.
That doesn't sound like enough.
The potential security problems. If you have that cost on one side and on the other side you have essentially zero revenues, then you have a net loss of that amount of money. Now, some of that money will be defrayed by local sponsorship deals, private donations, but the balance would be defrayed by the taxpayer.
And if the fans do show up, this will also strain local transportation. And that's another area where municipalities are trying to make up the difference.
To get from New York to the stadium in New Jersey, a round-trip ticket is going to cost about $100. It's been reduced from $150 after backlash. This is up from $13, a regular price for this ticket in a non-World Cup day.
Cities are somehow trying to claw back some of the investment that they've made in the tournament, and it remains to be seen whether they're going to kind of squeeze the fan.
Bro, can you imagine you're not even a soccer fan? Now you're paying $150 for a train ticket just to get to work, just to get around town?
To get some of that money back and not have to pass anything on to taxpayers. FIFA's limiting parking spots so that they can have more infrastructure around the stadiums. And that means that the few spots that are left are going for premium prices.
Jeez, okay.
What you want to do is save hundreds when Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance.
That's great, but can you ask your friend to stop digging into the green?
I can ask, but he's not going to. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
For international fans, it's a whole other ballgame. Airline prices have soared, and politics is not helping.
Bro, people actually do this, though. People actually fly to another country just to watch people play football, bro. That's insane to me. I mean, I get that if you're, like, rich, but if you're just a regular fan of the sport, you got to be a diehard to go to another country. Like, it always amazes me when people fly from another state to come and watch their team play.
Power on.
I'm like, wow, you're really dedicated. So the idea of flying to a whole ass other country across an ocean just to watch your country play?
In Senegal, the red tape to get to this tournament has reinforced the perception that it's a hostile environment. Power on.
You watch this thing, dude. He spilled that song. You know this happened here. We have the kids. I'll try to give him a little bit. So if he spill it, it's just a draw. I just gotta give him some room.
There are already groups of thousands or signing not all some games in the last 20 years, but they're not going to the United States because they don't like the immigration policies that
either that or not, then you tell them to have a get up, make them drink it in the kids and leave the cup in there.
Oh, of course. Gianni Infantino, the president of FIFA, has made a point of cultivating this interest.
Infantino and President Trump have a very, very close relationship. Infantino has gone to the White House many times.
Infantino created a new FIFA Peace Prize, and he gets Donald Trump after Donald Trump.
Oh, that's so funny. Because Donald Trump is such a crybaby, he couldn't stop crying about not getting a Nobel Peace Prize. The president of FIFA, I guess, he made him a fan version. Oh my gosh, this guy is truly a baby.
And about not getting the Nobel.
And what does that say that so many people know that this is how they get favors from the president of the free world is by giving him a stupid trophy?
Peace Prize.
And who knows? Maybe such flattery helps move the way for the Iranian team to participate in the Games.
Iran will be participating at the FIFA World Cup 2026.
One thing Johnny is fantastic.
For Trump, this is more publicity, right? He's going to be there in the stands. He's going to be seen as someone who's, partly responsible for putting on this massive tournament. These 104 Super Bowls, as Infantino's said.
The equivalent of 104 Super Bowls means turbocharged revenue, and for FIFA, that appears to be the point.
FIFA is going to earn over.
FIFA is notoriously super corrupt, though.
This 4-year cycle that the current World Cup will take place, that's something like $13 billion.
That's a five-fold increase compared to the period ending with the 2006 World Cup in Germany.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one. Round one, go!
My dad built Spider for himself, but I feel like I was born to pilot
30
it.
seconds before you attack. Get ready.
You have devoted yourself to protecting the web of life and destiny, child.
Someone has to do it.
They got you out in a dumpster.
I know, may mean you have to inhabit a certain kind of world, mainly corporates.
These World Cup packages, it's not something that normal people can really afford.
Exclusivity threatens to derail the games, especially in the US, where soccer isn't necessarily ingrained in the hearts of sports fans.
That if you do this in a country where football is the #1 sport, I dare say there'd be some kind of potential for like a bloody revolt.
Wow.
A lot of people I've spoken to said there are risks for some of the stadiums to be empty for games where two countries are playing each other and don't have a large diaspora of fans in that area. The reality is some of these tickets might end up dropping very close to the tournament because the last thing that people want is for the broadcast to show empty stadiums.
Right.
And it's and if its presence is reduced, it becomes less desirable.
Yeah, man, and that's the thing. I don't know how many white people are really big soccer fans, bro. Of the Americans that are big into soccer and football, I guarantee you the majority of them are minority people. People who are immigrants and children of immigrants who come from nations that actually are big into soccer or football. And so, yeah, we'll see what happens. Will they have empty stadium seats? That would be kind of crazy, although these sporting events, they know how to film it in such a way to hide that if there's a situation where there are a lot of empty seats. But just yet again, another reflection of where society on a global scale is going. Poor people and people who aren't wealthy, people who aren't in the elite class, are being boxed out of things that used to be acceptable to them. Right? It's getting to a place now where you need to be wealthy just to do the most basic things that your parents and your grandparents took for granted as something that you could experience as a member of the working class. Is now becoming a rarefied commodity only accessible to the upper echelon of society, right? It used to be a given that if you go to school, go to work, save your money for a few years, you can buy a house. That is not the case anymore. And now, something like this, he has still been able to attend World Cup games for the past 20 years. Now, it's no longer accessible for them. So, very interesting shit, man. So, you let me know. Do you plan on going to any of the World Cup games if you live here in America? And also, do I have any international viewers who plan to travel to America just to see the World Cup? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching. And until next time.
I'm counting on you, friends. Spider time!
What do you mean? What is
You've got my back. I've got time.
How long is the food here, fella? Let's get all this shit, baby. I like it. It's safe. Looks like I have an emergency noodle. Go up, man.
This is gonna hurt.
Oh, no. The burrito. You the burrito is in here. Right here. Oh, look like. That's my girl.
Time for some fireworks.
Fucking hell, my God, talk right down over here. There is something that doesn't want to forget. Secret, please, just come to this. What you're all witnessing here.
This is gonna hurt.
This is real firepower!
Come back. To be deployed again. You can talk to advice for engagement. Use your best judgment and time on how I feel. Want to control your government. Get under the gun. Get the They go in the water and make the power make the corn.
2-0. Time to switch things up, including which side you're on. The right heroes could make all the difference.
I'm here to finish the fight that my father began. I hope I make him proud.
I'm not familiar with these people. Wait. Who's the other? Wait. Who else is here? I didn't say it.
Wait, yeah, Leo, this is a two-top. Oh, Daisy is Mike one of those.
Oh, there.
Yep. The only Skullgirl player, basically. The only Skullgirl to hit top 500 playing Skullgirl, bro. No,
I had to process that. I had to process that.
You had to process that? Wait, why?
I had to process that.
I know people hate her.
No, I don't, congratulations, bro. Okay. Yeah, I don't.
You gotta be nice, now. You gotta be nice.
Yeah.
It's okay. I understand that people don't like it. I want to nurse
hate
too.
The character. I don't hate the character. It's just I don't come across good people, like not skill-wise, but good people inherently that plays right there.
Positivity-wise.
I don't care about positivity. I like negative people. I mean, like people who want the best for the team and will switch if it's not working. Can we get a hi, YouTube? How y'all doing? What's good, YouTube? You know we love you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, at the end of the day, I appreciate y'all for clicking on the videos. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for the likes, the hypes, the comments, the shares, the chat is here. We're lit. I appreciate you, nigga. Hey, give me that hug, nigga. What I tell you, just because the chat here don't think I'm not gonna hug you, nigga. I'm looking too. Sorry. Y'all look straight. Sorry. Y'all look, yeah, sorry. Y'all look.
You know what to do, spiders?
Healing tower
some aid.
Systems restoring. You've got my back. I've got yours. Mine's in place. Someone's shooting us. This is gonna hurt.
Oh my god, bro. Nigga said YouTube run.
This is gonna hurt. Systems restoring. Here comes trouble. This is gonna hurt.
Now, let's make this super simple. Let's say you got bad aim. You land like 2 of these. You're gonna be doing a lot of this. And here's the crazy part about this beam. You're still gonna be able to play your character. This is a so beautiful character. They made sure that they sold this character. I feel bad for, and let me tell you something, I just want to put this out there. I feel bad for any character that was released early. Except Matthew. I feel bad for any character that was released early. I feel like their kits just does not add up to the rest of the characters that are releasing as of now. Their kits are so outdated. And I go back to this, and I say this, and I feel like I'm beating a dead horse at this point, but I gotta point this out. Look at Storm. Somewhere in the world, there's a little girl. Look at Storm. This is crazy to me. Look at Storm. The fact that she hasn't been updated with a blizzard ability, a ice ability, put a wet spot on the ground with rain, something. Oh my god, let's test this with high sense real quick. Just to see what you can do. Really cool. Oh my god! Nah, that's OD!
Final score, 3-2-0.
Nah, wait, oh my gosh! That's a stupid movement! Let's go over Cyclops' abilities, right? The chat wants me to make sure that I go over them in detail, to make sure that everything is detailed so they kind of like understand like what's happening and kind of like giving the character some just dessert. Now, I'm not going to lie, off of just clicking abilities, he seemed cool as heck, but let's go ahead and jump into it, right? So you got his basic. This is his basic. It has 8 shots. Let's make sure that we have this turned off, right? So this is his basic. He has 8 shots, as you guys can see, as RT, which is basically going to be his right trigger. So you do this, and it does crit with headshots, as you guys can see. Really good. Really nice. This is just what you're going to use all the time. Only 8 shots in it, though. Then you see the reload animation, kind of like how he goes through. Reload's kind of interesting. I didn't see it. Okay, kind of interesting animation for the reload. All right. Now, that's his regular shot, right, that you're going to be messing around with. Fires a quick burst of kinetic force forward, hitting enemies, accelerating ricochet force charge rate, which is absolutely crazy that a character like this comes with a buff already, which is what, if you guys don't understand what that means, this is the buff that they gave Adam Warlock many seasons later, where if he hits you with his regular shot, like if they hit headshots, it builds up his refresh, right? Which is crazy, crazy, crazy that it's already in there. So that's going to work with this, right? So you're going to be able to spam that more, as you guys can see. Look at the charge. Now look when I hit shots, right? As I hit headies, you can see it going up, jumping up a little bit more, and it charges faster, which is kind of crazy out the gate for him to have that synergy with his ability. Surprising to me. Now, we're going to go into the next one, which is his his second view right here. Is a continuous fire, powerful beam that refracts between
enemies and environment. So basically, to give you the gist of what this is, hitting enemies accelerates. What? Hitting enemies with this boosts this? Why? Why? All right, I'm just gonna shut up. Cause apparently that's normal. That just surprised the mess out of me. So this, bruh. So, let me just explain why this is crazy. Let me explain why this is crazy. Let's do this real quick. Let's find the character and let's do this real quick. So you guys see this right here, right? But also, when I do this with Storm, that's an 8-second, which I keep saying that Storms should have 2 of those lightnings that she can throw, right? That's 8 seconds, okay? That is 8 seconds. Now, when we look at Cyclops, there is an inherent cooldown per shot that you use, right? It could be, so you can use it again. It could be like 8 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds. But you can speed up the recovery just by doing this. More pressure that you're keeping up, the faster he gets this back. That's actually insane. He gets so much credit just for doing what he's supposed to do. That's actually insane. All right, so I didn't know that charges his force as well. So let's go ahead and go through this, right? So we got those 2 out of the way. Very interesting. I'm going to come back to both of these as well just to show you how it fixes in with the ability. Propulsion burst. This one is interesting. It fires a beam to push yourself and the target backwards, applying a slow. Why? Out of all things, it applies a slow. To apply a slow effect to the enemy, control effect, right? This is his melee. Yeah, because I know we don't really see him use his melee too much. So yeah, this is what it looks like, right? So absolutely crazy that it applies a slow. Now, I want y'all to, I don't know why it applies a slow, but it does. I want y'all to understand how crazy this move is. So let's kind of turn this off just so you guys can see.
We got to go help people customize and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Maybe where's the golf cart?
This character is absolutely ridiculous off the meters, and I ain't even did everything yet. So this is what it looks like. So if you just click it, it pushes you backwards, right? That's what it looks like. Perfect example here. And it pushes them off, right? So if you can set somebody up, you guys know, like, if somebody's next to a ledge, you set them up with that, knock them off. Now, that is if you just click it. But here's the point. If you move it in any way, he goes crazy. Even if you look down, right? Whatever. Movement, ridiculous. Right? Movement, ridiculous. Mr. Fantastic, right? So, absolutely crazy on how his movement is. Whatever cool ideas you can come up with, you can be able to apply it to that type of movement to just finesse somebody. So it's extremely hard for anybody to be able to track you, because you're not just going to dash backwards. It is what you want to come up with, right? Absolutely ridiculous move. Now we go into the next one. All right, so we're going to the fourth. So he fires a beam that can, here's the crazy part about this. It gives you bonus, right? It gives you bonus, right? It gives you bonus out. Here's the reason why this move is crazy. Okay? This is if you have bad aim, and Cyclops is the character that you want to play, and you don't feel comfortable in your aim. It's okay. It's very much so okay. Because whenever you hit these shots, it's going to push you back up faster so that you can do it again. And we're going to follow up to the next one, and then I'm going to come in. Fires a beam that directly downwards to push yourself up and knock down and knock back enemies, applying the slow effect to them themselves. This is his optic assist, right? It's basically just a jump, right, that has that extra feature next to it. So you can see what it looks like when you hit an enemy. Oh my god, I can move it! I didn't know you could move it! I thought you just... Oh, they went a mile and above for him. That is absolutely insane. All right, now, his passive is entering a slow fall state while firing his beam, which is what we're going to go back over to. Now, we haven't seen his ultimate. Let's look at his ultimate. Remove the visor and fires a powerful sweeping beam forward, destroying all barriers in its path. Roof walls, anything that you can tear down in front of it, anything that is destroyable. To make it simple for everybody. The last leaves behind a violet excess energy that erupts, dealing massive secondary explosion damage, which is something similar to Blade. Closest person like you have it there, and everything is going to go off in that area that it already highlighted, right? So this is where we're going to be at. Let's go ahead and see what it looked like. Oh, when you click it, you get to confirm. You just don't press it. Oh, that look hard. That look hard. Imagine the other team who do this. Hey, bro, psych up, bro. That's hard. All right, so let's see how far you can do it from. We'll start from 20 meters. All right. Wow. Okay. Okay. Now, if you're playing a character like Magneto, I wanna tell you guys something, right? Thank you guys for doing it. I want to tell you something right now. If you're playing a character like Magneto, you should be able to bubble the second explosion. Okay? You should be able to bubble the second explosion with whatever is going on. I'm not sure if Invis can do it, but I will test it. But you should be able to bubble the second explosion. Now, here's the part that is very interesting, right? Here's the part that is very interesting. Because when you do this, if you have an ultimate on its own, right, like any ult on its own, like if you just do the ult, is the ult powerful on its own? Okay, the ult's good on its own, or maybe it's not. Here's the crazy part. Now apply this type of ultimate with teammates. Now you apply this to teammates, I think it's going to be freaking disgusting. Wait, it goes up the wall? It goes... Oh my god, bro. They put a lot into him. Now, here's the cool part of how the ultimate is going to... Now, wait, can I move this? Hold on, wait. No, it just goes straight. Here's the cool part on how you can rock with the ultimate. You guys ready? Here's the cool part on what's coming to my brain with the ultimate. It's to already go in the air and get over the tanks. And once you're over the tanks, you can do the setups that you can do with him. It's crazy, because here's what's crazy. Usually a character like this, you keep the tank is in front of him, they can't see your back line. Bro can see the back line anytime he feels like it. Imagine any divers going towards the back line. Let's say you say, yo, Cyclops, I'm about to hit the back line, go. I bet. Looking at their back line. The tanks can't really do nothing there. You can't really do nothing there.
I think PlayHop is for kids, but let me prove you wrong. There are many different types of games on PlayHop, such as simulators, puzzles, arcades, and sports. Basically, there's something for everyone. My favorite games are strategies with multiplier games, because there's nothing more satisfying than watching your army grow from 1 to 1,000,000. For real, PlayHop has more than 20,000 games for you to discover, so you'll never get bored. And it's a great way to connect with new and old friends. So what are you waiting for? Play now for free.
I'm here to finish the fight that my father began. I hope I make him proud.
Now, who am I gonna banish from this match?
We're here in Hollywood at the LA Film School campus. Let me show you our post spaces where our students work and learn. So now we're at our main stage. The main stage is one out of the 7 sound stages that we have at the school. Our students have production classes and...
Hold on. Now I gotta test the damage on a character that we're gonna see a lot Let's go ahead and grab Magneto real quick. Just want to see. Oh my God! Oh my God! All right. All right. All right. All right. That is all right. Oh my God!
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
Oh my God! Yo! This is one scary ultimate. Wow! Jesus! Yo, you doing? Ooh, okay. Now let's think about it. Let's throw some ideas out there. Strange Lance's ultimate. Get 4 people, psych up, follow up, they're all dead. Hey, Strange ult, hit somebody, psych up, follow up, they're all dead. Like, Angela ult, trap all those people, psych up, ult, they're all dead. Like, I'm just throwing ideas out there, bro. They're all dead. Everybody's a victim. Everybody is a victim. Bro, you got hit up there?
I'm connected to the spider that helps me pilot.
Wow. Angela ult from Narnia? Wow. I'm gonna go check the distance.
I'm used to them. They don't bother me.
Alright, so let's see. 25 meters here. Let's check 25 meters.
4, 3, 2, 1.
30 meters. What? How many meters? 43 meters. How many meters is this? 50 meters. Yo! 57 meters. Wait, did that still hit? Oh, nah, man. Oh, 57 meters, it didn't go. What the fuck? It did. The second explosion just missed. You can still hit the second explosion miss.
You know what to do, spiders?
Wow, I think it's 55 meters because this is blocking it. I think without this, it hits the second part. Jesus, I'm not gonna lie to you, brother. When we look past something like this, I said to myself, me don't rip the carpet. Me don't know what to tell you. Me don't know what to tell you, me not gonna lie, brother. Me not gonna lie to you, me don't know how I go on a crazy thing, as a... What in the world? Arius, you're alright, now let's go over synergy with his move. Now, one thing I do want to say is him having a slow effect is very strange. I don't know why he has a slow effect. It was very... I feel like they just wanted to put something with him because the slow effect doesn't even make sense for his kit, his character, his style, anything. Right? Just for him hitting you with the beam of slow effect, right? So that's the thing that's kind of crazy. Now, when we go into this, let's talk about playstyle. Let's talk about, like, things that you can do. A thing that's cool with him is angles that you'll be able to get. A character like this with, like, insane angles, it's crazy to me. You'll be able to get such angles, you can't really stop him from getting high ground at all. His movement is ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So you can't and then when you try to dive him in the back line, it's kind of strange. But here's the thing that's just so crazy to me, right? Even if you're a melee player, you should be able to play this character. If you're melee only, because I asked that earlier, if you're not comfortable with your aim, you should be able to play this character, right? You just got to be decent at best because the rest of his moves are going to do stuff like that. For no reason. Okay? For no reason. Now, here's where we are with this. This move is what blows my mind the most. You guys ready? So he has multiple ways to get in the air. You can do it with this, to get in the air, right? But this is the main thing, like to get over. Now, if you think about it, let's say you have a Magneto as a solo tank. If you have a Magneto as solo tank, and let's say two of your DPS isn't trying to help because they're off diving somewhere or whatever, your healers are in trouble. And the reason why I'm thinking about the healers being in trouble is because let's say there's a Magneto standing here, and our Magneto versus the other Mag. Magneto's job is to post the backline. Cyclops' job is going to be to hit the backline. It's not just that, it's how easy it is for him to hit the backline. You see what I'm saying? It's how easy it is for him to be in poke distance with the backline. Like, it's crazy when we look at him, but he really can destroy healers when you really think about it. In the air, applying pressure to the backline, and that shot is basically impossible to miss. This shot is basically impossible to miss. Even when you hit the back, it just bounces. It's like impossible to miss. So you go in the air, fly, go down. Now, here's the cool thing, the synergy with him that I want to talk about is, let's say, right? Let me make this simple. Let me ABC 1, 2, 3 this.
Hey y'all, so I just downloaded this series because I wanted to check my hybrid score, but it does so much more. This thing shows you your hybrid score, you can get your credit card recommendation, and it shows you ways to save money.
See all you can do with the free experience. Download it now. This company and that guy are playing unprecedented role in our lives.
Listen, before I go on, I want to say something quick. I got my channel like this. So, and for the whole Facebook, not perfect, right? You need it. People stop that. The time and gavel gets into order. You'll read your opening statement, which will fit after now that second question, and then we'll see what you text today.
Spell your name and state your current occupation for the record. M-A-S-K-U-C-A-E-R-T-E-S-T. And your occupation? Find a profession as defendant.
I run top fire for political work for 30% of top time with multiple risk factors.
Hang on, I don't understand this one.
Are you a tech reporter?
Ish.
Ish?
These guys are counting on the next round of congressional testimony to make your life go on. I'm happy to lend a hand, but I think we're doomed. This company and that guy are playing unprecedented role.
The fire hose of bad information. You are injecting into the air supply. It's becoming jet time. I'm a free speech absolutist. I'm not the one who's lying, and I'm not stopping them from being someone who is.
A diary detection of create girl subports as a result of time spent on the platform. Senior leadership knows and is doing nothing.
I know there are easier enemies to make, and Mafia would be an easier enemy to make.
So what we're doing.
Stand up story, the internal documents.
This is a material violation of my NDA.
Which one security is the biggest country ever? And I'll find the Congress will post government. Please, let me talk back.
We had a conversation 2 hours to get everything.
She's gonna get sued as a small cases.
I don't want to be made an example of by a guy with unlimited resources.
Oh, I promise you, it's internet.
Go around to it, understand. But when I say no, that's the end of it. I'm not 2 years out of a dorm room anymore, so I mean, what's going on? I don't know what to do. Let's say I have a magic on my team, and we only have a single magic that's diving. And the magic says, yo, I'm gonna dive the background. And I say, yo, magic, I'm gonna create an instance for you to give you pressure in their backline while you're back there. Magic say, bet. Magic dives to go after their healer. Just so the other healer don't peel on magic. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie to you, that's so OD. Helping out dive on the back line, that's so OD. You just create so much pressure. You create so much pressure. He creates pressure for the tanks in the front. He just looks like his damage is ridiculous. Let's say you want to hit the back line, you go through. Oh my god. I don't know what to say. I genuinely don't know what to say. I think Storm is the most popular. I genuinely don't know what to say. Storm should be way stronger. That's crazy. Love it. Now, let's talk about just the character overall. I feel like they are selling this character. They are selling this character hands down. This is a character that's made for the fandom, for people to want to get on Marvel Rivals. And you can tell there's a big push to get people on Marvel Rivals with Cyclops, and the fact that they're dropping 2,500 units with logging bonuses. They're trying their best to make sure that people are on the game, playing the game, and don't want to get off. You see what I'm saying? Ridiculous character. Now, when we talk about movement, he has everything. He literally has everything. He has everything that he wants. He has everything that he needs. He's just extremely strong. Like, I can't find a problem with him.
They'll be coming in 30 seconds. Stay strong.
You get aimed at all after you release it? Yes. So, like, after you click it here, you can just move. It's actually OD. You can fake out the tank like you're going here. Oh my god. This is borderline insanity. Alright. I don't know what to say here, bro. I don't know what to say here. This is just ridiculous. Now, let's talk about synergy. I feel like off rip, you can tell a new character versus an old character just simply because his synergy is ridiculous out the gate. He has 2 moves that boost. Let me take this off just so you guys can see. He has 2 moves in his abilities that naturally boost one of his abilities. So if you're doing this, it boosts this, which is his ricochet, right? If you're doing this, it also boosts it, which is his ricochet. Like, he keeps up consistent pressure. So let's look at what this looks like. So he has this 8 shots, right? While he finished the 8 shots, let's say you're long, you have the ricochet, then he follows up with this. He's a constant damaging demon. Then this charges faster just simply because of that. So this move charges it faster, this move charges it faster. Then he got this, which is only 12 seconds. Amazing freaking cooldown, by the way. Then you have this, another 12 seconds, which is a freaking dash move, which pushes you back. But also, it's untrackable because you can just, let's show it again. It's unpredictable because if you press it, you go backwards. You can look down, you go upward. You look to the side, you can zigzag. It's hard to track and it's hard to pinpoint him with something like that. And then the move is so powerful because let's say you're diving him, right? Let's say you're diving Cyclops. You're diving Cyclops, he's on you, he gets some space, shot, make you burn one of your kits to get in. And then this move is just something that he's not going to miss because you can hit the ground. He's going to land that damage, hit any one of those, beam you down. That's scary. That's scary. I definitely say you could dive with him. Like, I think he's crazy. Anybody can do anything with anybody. I've seen a diving Magneto before. So anything is possible. This is absolutely ridiculous. Let's say he gets into your back line. Right? Let's say he gets into your back line. Cyclops flanks your back line, for your heels from behind. You got so much pressure of everything that you can do. You just gotta be creative with him. From the sky, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do from the skies? What are you gonna say? It's like he'll take you. What are you gonna do against?
Hands off his access to a rate to starting series, and every time someone arrives, this team to start. This game to be flexible. Remember the license provider. On this list allows TV tickets to watch TV all day. Thanks to Dr. Trusted Ingredients, new underrated ground figure hit in as soon as 3 to 6 months. Get ahead of the 79% of customers so the Wisdom Starter comes out so you know. Find your personalized plan for Color Hair by 7. Start today and earn step 1.
There is power in the word no. At University of Phoenix, there's no application fee, entrance exam, or obligation to enroll. And even with best year transcripts, no additional therapy possible. We believe higher education is for anyone, so we're making it accessible for everyone. Discover the power of no at University of Phoenix.
Nah, bro, like, wow, absolutely, wow. I don't know what to say here. This is it's a beautiful character. They made sure that they sold this character. I feel bad for, let me tell you something, I just want to put this out there. I feel bad for any character that was released early. Except Magic. I feel bad for any character that was released early. I feel like their kits just does not add up to the rest of the characters that are released in their kits are so outdated. And I go back to this and I say this and I feel like I'm beating the dead horse at this point, but I gotta point this out. Look at stuff. Look at stuff. This is crazy to me. Look at stuff. The fact that she hasn't been updated with a blizzard ability, ice ability, put a wet spot on the ground with rain, something, I would take anything. Cyclops is absolutely ridiculous with his moves, and the same thing with Elsa. And the same thing with Daredevil. There's synergy between their moves. Beautiful. Now, one thing I want to point out is they don't go this in depth and this crazy for things. It's not to this point because I'm going to point out something. Cyclops and everybody in here will agree. Why does he have a slow effect? Now you're just adding. You guys know what the slow effect feels like with Cyclops? The slow effect feels like when you add parsley on top of your rice. It does nothing, but it looks good. It does nothing, but it looks good. It's just parsley on top. I don't understand. It's absolutely crazy, man. And the thing that's so crazy is he can knock you off ledges. He can knock you off ledges. He got so many plays. If you play him next to the ledge, you gotta be careful.
This is gonna hurt.
Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous of a play. Wow. Wow. I can't believe it. The Jets sold this character. If you're a Cyclops fan, you got exactly what you're looking for. Did I miss anything, chat? Did I miss anything? How do you guys feel about him? Yeah, movement, for people like this who understand, movement is one of the most important things in Detroit. So to have great movement and also cooldown is extremely important as well. It's ridiculous. Fans, did he move big? Nah, he's just gonna beat him down though. He said lock him up, ban jail, forever ban. Like he's pretty ridiculous, man. I cannot even lie to you right now. He's pretty ridiculous. Oh my God. The damage from the DPS side
It's what they supposed to do is damage, but let me tell y'all something. Let me just throw this out there. Let me put this out there. Y'all are never, ever getting healer's nerf when you keep getting stuff like this. Ever. Y'all are never getting heals nerfed when you keep getting stuff like this. What's the range of the explosion? Oh, don't worry about it. You're fine. The explosion won't hit you. It's still within 40 meters. I know. You'll be fine. What in the world? Bro, that explosion is freaking nuts. Nah, it's not 40. It's like 50 plus meters. You're fine. Don't worry. Nobody will get hit by this. Oh my god. What is going on? What is going on, bro? Like, DPS players want healers nerfed? How? When y'all get damaged like this, what you gonna do? Not the beam, the explosion at the end? No, this is all of it. The explosion and the beam. You're misunderstanding. This is the beam, and that's the explosion. They go the same distance. They go the same distance. They do not care. Wherever this goes, you're getting hit by it, brother. Why? A lot of questions in here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of questions. Wow, you can hit this from that far. You can poke it from that far. Absolutely ridiculous. Not gonna lie. Oh, what's the range for this? What's the range for this? 20 meters? Yeah. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, bro. I want to see what the pros say about this one. Y'all are not lying. I want to hear immediate bans from the pros just from this. I want to hear it. I want to hear it immediately. All right? I want to hear it immediately. Immediately. I need them to come together the same way all of them came together singing Kumbaya, holding hands, summoning Captain Planet on Twitter. I need these pros to repeat what they said. I need them to say that Cyclops doesn't even fit the game. There's no reason for a character like Cyclops to be in the game. I need those same tweets to drop. What's the point of a dinosaur? What's the point of a man with eyes with legs coming out of his eyes? I need that same statement. Because if you don't say that same statement, a lot of biasness going on, especially with how crazy bro is. Wow. Love it. Dang, Ty. I hope y'all love him, man. I hope y'all love him. Dang. Time to move on.
That's great, but can you ask your friend to stop digging into the green?
Which hero do you think you want to be today? Now, Who am I gonna banish from this match?
Pick your hero. Or villain. I'm not judging.
It looks like Rick Ross is going broke, okay? And he's now in damage control trying to clean things up, but it's too late. We've already seen how the boss is really getting down. And if one person have no victory lap about this, it is going to be great. This really is the final nail in the coffin to break Rick Ross's beat. Rick Ross really is going out sad, and I'm not sure he's ever going to be able to live this one down. Damage control right now. It's not working. The situation is getting more embarrassing by the second, and I don't know how the bounce Rick Ross is going to be able to clean this one up. Because look, he was spotted taking a commercial flight, and you all know that Drake lyric. He said, "If I'm lying, I'm flying economy. Give me a muffin seat. If I'm lying, I'm flying economy. I bet you know who I see. Wilson. Wilson. An economy, bro. He's at the airport. Hoodie up. Desperately hoping no one's going to see it. There he is, the base. Looking low, so the bitch. Alright, so a lot of people have been saying that he's really living his raps, but by his, I mean Drake's rap. He's really living Drake's rap. His raps, I'm not so sure. So look, everybody has connected this photo back to the lyrics on Iceman, where basically he kind of, he just got clipped, right? And everybody initially said to Drake, like, that lyric from Line and Flying Economy, I don't know who I've seen. People were originally saying that it was Kanye, alright? Kanye was spotted a few times flying on the flying coach, as they say. He was spotted on a couple of different planes. This was probably one of the most hilarious images of Ye flying economy. He passed out there with Bianca, alright? He's been known to fly economy. They're saying he was flying economy from Kim K, right? I bet you know who I've seen. Bro, we be seeing Ye flying economy all the time, okay? But over in the Drizzy subreddit, everybody is clowning Rick Ross, and they're asking a very good question. They're saying, look, nothing wrong with flying economy, but what happened to the jet? Well, say, the base. Where's the chick? Ain't got no chick. Just go, base. Let's go, let go. That's what's going on, okay? They're saying, I can't believe it took me that long to spot his fat ass. They're saying he tried to hide too. He tried to duck off. Alright? Okay, it's crazy. Right? It's actually crazy. Okay? It's just so embarrassing, right? They're saying Drake's never wrong. There is, it looks like he might, is that KSI? Might be flying economy too, man. Shout out to him. But the Maybach music, right? The commercial flights. That's what's going on. So, I've got some more details of the situation. I also had Rick Ross's response, which is very embarrassing. But this was from an article about it. It said Rick Ross was spotted flying commercial and the internet has thoughts. The main thought being, I thought you were going to get the house. Get the house.
Summer's the cup is bigger than ever, and DraftKings has it covered wherever you live. Every match.